Imagine you wanted to translate a sentence from English to French using ChatGPT. In that scenario, what would be the prompt? It is simple. Our prompt will be like translate the sentence from English to French, where the sentence is how are you? The above prompt is the combination of instruction component plus input data component. In this prompt, we did not include any context, meaning we did not include any example, but ChatGPT given correct answer using its pre-trained knowledge. So the prompt we used comes under zero-shot prompting technique, which is the fundamental and basic prompt engineering technique that will be used for many simple and direct tasks. So in this video, we are going to learn the following concepts in detail. What is zero-shot prompting? When and where we use zero-shot prompting? Applications with zero-shot prompting, advantages with zero-shot prompting, limitations with zero-shot prompting, what are the other prompt engineering techniques that overcomes the limitations provided by the zero-shot prompting technique. So for all the prompt engineering techniques that we are going to learn in this particular section, we are going to follow this particular concepts only. So now let's start with what is zero-shot prompting. So zero-shot prompting is a technique in which an AI model is given a task or question without any prior examples or specific training on that task. So LLMs rely solely on its pre-existing knowledge to generate a response. So zero-shot prompting is a technique that uses LLM's generalization capabilities to attempt a new task without prior specific training or examples. It uses LLM's extensive pre-training on large and diverse datasets, enabling them to apply their broad knowledge to new tasks based solely on clear and concise instructions. While this technique can be highly effective, but its success depends on the task complexity and the prompt's quality. In a nutshell, you describe the task that you want from the model, where the model is expected to perform without providing examples. So, the model then accesses its extensive pre-training knowledge to generate a relevant response. So, zero-shot prompting is a prompt engineering technique to instruct a language model to perform a task using only a natural language prompt without providing any task specific examples in the prompt itself. For example, if you want to classify an email into spam or ham, then you directly give input data, that is email body, then you give an instruction like classify the above email into spam or ham. Then that particular AI model uses its knowledge to classify that email is spam or not, spam or ham. So you are not giving any task specific examples like context, but you are expecting LLMs to perform what you want using its knowledge. So this is what we call zero shot prompting is. So when and where do we use zero shot prompting? So zero shot prompting is very powerful when you don't have time to write examples, when the task is so simple, when you want a quick reply from the model. So you are asking very simple or common tasks like summarizing, translating, classifying text or answering questions, etc. So now let's see some of the applications with zero shot prompting. So in e-commerce, zero shot prompting is used to tag products based on their description. In healthcare, zero shot prompting is used to identify medical terms or symptoms from patient notes. In finance, zero shot prompting is used to classify transactions or it is used to generate reports from the raw data. In education, it is used to answer questions from the para or it is used to explain definitions instantly with examples. So it performs the entire thing with its knowledge. So now come to marketing. It is used to create ad headlines or email replies with minimal effort. So here you are not getting the AI to perform this task. in the way you want by preferring some examples. So you wanted a response from AI model just by giving an instruction. So now let's come to advantages of zero shot prompting. So zero shot prompting brings many benefits. First one is fast and easy to use. So you don't need to spend time in creating examples and then asking AI model to give the output in this particular way only. So you are relying on AI model's knowledge to generate a response. The second thing is flexible. So it can work on wide range of tasks with just instructions. Like if you want to summarize a document, then give the document and then just simply ask summarize this document. So here you are getting responses with instructions only. Hence it is very flexible for wide range of tasks like summarization, translation, etc. So the third one is cost efficient. You no need to label data or you no need to build custom data sets. Fourth one is it is very great for simple tasks. For example, it is very great for summarizing tasks. It is so useful in question answering. It is so useful in translating the language from one to another. So it works quite well in many areas. So final advantage is it scales quickly. It can be used across multiple domains without new training, as I discussed with you earlier. So this is why it's often the first method people try when they work with large language models. Now let's see some of the limitations of zero shot prompting. So even though it's powerful, zero shot prompting has its limit. So one of the main thing is it is less accurate on complex tasks. For example, let's perform you are working with a reasoning task where AI model has to perform some reasoning to generate an answer. So in that area, AI may give wrong results, which is very less accurate, and the task is very complex. So it performs less accurately. So it is less accurate on complex tasks like reasoning, etc. If training data contains some bias, then obviously the results will be going to less accurate on complex tasks, right? The second thing is no learning from mistakes. So actually it does not learn from example patterns. So you need to send the instructions again and again to get the correct output from the AI model, because you are not saying that I want the output in this particular way only, in this format only. Just you are giving a instruction directly to the mission or directly to the AI model, expecting that it will give the accurate answer based on its knowledge. So the third one is it may misunderstand the intent. For example, let's consider the prompt called write an article. So you're just giving a prompt called write an article. So in this case, you are not saying that on what concept to write an article to the AI model. So if AI model is too intelligent, then it may ask like, yeah, the prompt is not clear. Could you explain it well, like on what concept I need to write an article, etc. But if it is a low level AI model, then it may take any concept by its own and it will generate an article which where the output is not expected by you. So the fourth one is it does not handle ambiguity well. So just like what I said earlier, it is not enough capable to understand the intent, and as well, if the instruction contains ambiguity, if the input is confusing, then results also may vary. And fifth one is output quality may vary. So without examples, the model might not follow the exact format what you want. So now let's see some of the other prompt engineering techniques that overcome these limitations. So to solve the problem of zero shot prompting, other advanced techniques are used like one shot prompting, few shot prompting, chain of thoughts, tree of thoughts, meta prompting, self consistency, generated knowledge prompting, and there are some frameworks so which we are going to study in upcoming tutorials, and in each tutorial we are going to see how those techniques overcome the limitations by which are introduced by some other prompt engineering techniques, and what are the limitations that they were giving to the users. So we are going to discuss all those concepts, and this section is very important to master the prompt engineering. So thank you, we will meet in next tutorial.